do it and doing it that way every time you do it. That's discipline. And then, optimism. Here's the interesting thing about optimism. Has anybody ever heard of, I think it's called the Reisenberg principle of uncertainty? Anybody ever heard of that? Okay. Edward's heard of it. I've heard it. Okay. So it states that when you look at an object, I'm not a scientist and I don't play one on television, so this is as close as I understand it for all my scientists out there. Okay. When you look at an object, you looking at the object changes the nature of the object when you look at it. Okay. So why did you say that? Because optimism is a perspective. It's looking at the positive side of a thing. I believe that your ability to succeed in life is going to be largely contributed to by your ability to look at the positive side of negative situations. Why? Because anybody can see the positive side of positive situations. But how much practice do you have seeing the positive side of negative situations? Because you developing optimistic muscles is going to contribute to your ability to succeed in life. You gotta have some optimism. But Myron, you don't understand, it's so bad right now. I understand that it's bad right now, but if it's bad right now, in that badness, there's a seed for an equal opportunity for good. Why? Have you ever written on a one-sided piece of paper? Have you ever eaten a one-sided piece of bread, one-sided pancake, flipped a one-sided coin? No, why? It cannot exist. So if the situation is bad, flip it over and find the good. Not because it makes the situation better, but because it makes you better. Even the train agrees. Okay, so optimism. Optimism changes how I look at a situation. And remember, I don't see things the way they are. I see things the way I am. And remember, people don't see you through their eyes. People see you through your eyes. And if you want people to look at you differently, learn to look at yourself differently. If you want to see a different situation, look at it from a different side. And then lastly, momentum. You know, momentum would be easy to create were it not for inertia. If you didn't have to overcome inertia and you could just create momentum, momentum would be easy. But momentum, like getting a little bit of momentum is hard. You know what's really hard? Losing momentum and getting it back. That is really hard. That feels like, oh my goodness, I'm at the dentist and they're like doing dental work with no Novocaine, right? When you have momentum, everything feels easier. It's not necessarily easier, it just feels easier. When you lack momentum and all you have is inertia, everything feels hard. What's inertia? Inertia is an object at rest will remain at rest until and unless it's acted upon by an outside force. What's momentum? An object in motion will continue in motion until and unless it's acted upon by an outside force. Do enough iterations when it feels like it's not working, keep doing it.